I want to elect the first schizophrenic senator. That's what I want to do. Who should it be? Is it going to be you? Hey, I'm Michelle Heimer. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, Schizophrenic.NYC. I'm so glad you're back. Today, I want to talk about something that really bothers me, and that's how the media uses the word schizophrenic. It's not just careless, it's really just stigmatizing. So I wanted to watch some clips and just break down how they're just completely incorrect. Are you ready for this? Let's go. We're going to watch ABC Radio National.
ABC radio host Patricia Karvelas made an apology, or as she called it, a real apology, to her oh-so-sensitive listeners. Let me play you the part of the interview on Radio National this morning and see if you can pick the offence for which she later gave a grovelling apology.
What I feel is that sometimes some of our states, I mean, particularly European states, Western states, are a little bit schizophrenic about that.
And that schizophrenic approach that you've described it as, this more confused approach.
So did you pick up there that they used the word schizophrenic? She and her guest used the word schizophrenic to refer to European policy. Well, the ABC switchboard lit up, and Patricia Karvelas, rather than encouraging her audience to maybe grow up and understand a little thing called context, gave this mea culpa.
And can I just make an apology, a real apology, actually? My last, well, a couple of guests ago, actually, it wasn't quite the last guest, used the word schizophrenic in describing policy, which he used, and I thought he was a very interesting man, but yeah, I can understand why people are offended by it. And then I repeated it, and then I can only apologise for myself, of course, and I do apologise for that. It is... A few of you have made the point about timing, with the Prime Minister apologising about the Tourette's comment. I think you're right about the timing. It just shows how, well, in my case, you can not think before you speak sometimes. And I heard the word and I repeated it, and I apologise. I don't think that we need to be using mental health or any of these issues to describe in a derogatory way, which was not certainly my intention. But I apologise, and thank you for your texts.
I'm apologizing because I have to. I didn't mean to say it. I repeated it. I didn't mean to say it. I just repeated it, and I was wrong. That was wrong. I shouldn't have said that. The guest said it first. The guest said it first. She was apologizing because she had to apologize. She didn't want to apologize. She had to apologize. That's why she made that apology. Come on. Think about it. Come on. You just guys. That's when you have to apologize. Was she so much like the guest said it first? Millions of people listen to her show. What are you doing? Apparently in Australia, millions of people listen to her show, or something like that. People in Australia, get some better news people or whatever, because they just keep screwing up. Or actually, Australia's probably bigger than I think it is. You probably have many news people. I apologize. Let's move on. We have MSNBC. You guys excited for this one? I hope so.
What is your message to Republicans who are prepared to block the January 6th commission?
Eat some chocolate.
Yeah, that's great. Do you see compromise and common ground on that?
On the commission, I think it's. I can't imagine anyone voting against the establishment of a commission on the greatest assault since the Civil War on the Capitol. But at any rate, I came for ice cream.
Normal reaction there from President Biden, expressing his disbelief that Republican lawmakers, many of them firsthand eyewitnesses to the violence of the insurrection, are at the precipice of opposing a bill that would create a 9/11-style commission to investigate the January 6th attack on their offices, basically. We're expecting the United States Senate to vote to advance the bill to have a vote on that bill. Republicans in the Senate gearing up to obstruct the legislation and prevent the commission from ever being formed. We're joined now by Senator Angus King, an independent from Maine. Senator King, we have spoken at a lot of moments where all seemed lost with the Republicans, and you were always really blunt, but you held out hope at different junctures of the two impeachment trials that some Republicans would do the right thing. And indeed, Mitt Romney and then a few others in the second did. What is your feeling now?
Well, the first thing, this is a really fascinating moment, Nicole, because right now, literally within probably, hopefully, the hour, we're going to pass on a bipartisan basis a really substantial piece of legislation involving competitiveness with China that involves support for research, support for the bringing the chip industry home to this country. I mean, this is a major bill that's been bipartisan from the start, and we're about to pass it. I don't know, I don't want to predict the vote, but I'm sure it's going to be a very substantial margin. And then probably a half hour later, we're going to have a party line vote on the commission idea. So it's a very sort of schizophrenic moment. And I was thinking about it today, and I think the difference is that the bill we're talking about this afternoon doesn't have Joe Biden's name on it, and it doesn't involve Donald Trump. That means we can do our jobs.
So when something doesn't have like two polarizing people, it's so weird it's schizophrenic? Is that what I'm supposed to understand? So what he's saying is that people with schizophrenia are unpredictable or just completely chaotic, is what I'm getting. So that's why it was a schizophrenic moment. And, of course, that's completely incorrect and totally fuels the stigma. I want to see a real schizophrenic Senate, not just this day that they said was a day of a schizophrenic Senate. I want to see a real schizophrenic Senate. I think that would be a good time. Could you imagine? I want to elect the first schizophrenic senator. That's what I want to do. Who should it be? Is it going to be you? It should be you. You watching this with schizophrenia, you're going to run for senator, and I'm going to vote for you if you're in my state. Let's move on. Okay, the next one is Anna Navarro. She's usually on The View, but sometimes she's on CNN. Let's watch Anna Navarro on The View right now.
I was speaking at the Ford Foundation at an event about polarization, out of all things, and my phone starts, coming up with all of these Karens, and I really felt and still feel like I'm in a surrealist Fellini movie. Is this really happening? And I was schizophrenic because part of me was like, yay! And part of me was like, you know what? This is really serious. Yay! This is really serious. Now, this is a man, yay! This is a man who made my life a living hell for 4 years, has made the life of our country a living hell for 6 years, and so he deserves to be accountable. He has been Teflon Don his entire life. He has been getting away with cheating and lying and doing things and criminal acts for all this time. You know who's grabbed him back? E. Jean Carroll, Letitia James, and Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stormy Daniels, because this has got to have been very, very hard. I also think it's a very somber day. I think it's a very serious, somber day. I can't believe where we are in our democracy, where the presumptive Republican nominee, the party of rule of law, the party of law and order, the party of family values, is nominating a guy who just got convicted 34 counts for paying Stormy Daniels hush money. Talk to me about law and order again and family values, folks. Go ahead, lecture me.
What was she calling schizophrenic? I'm not even sure. Part of me was like, yay. Part of me was like, no. Part of me, I was over there, and then I was over here, and then I was there, and then I was here, and then... That's not what schizophrenia is. Yes, that's another way that people misuse the term and confuse everybody and cause more stigma. She basically said that she was schizophrenic because she had mixed feelings. That's not schizophrenia. That's mixed feelings. Conflicting feelings does not mean you have schizophrenia. It means you have two conflicting feelings and you can't decide which one is right and which one is wrong. That's not schizophrenia. That's just a difficult decision to make. We have time for like one more, and it's another one with Anna Navarro, and she's on CNN. So let's see what they say here. It might be really confusing.
The Trump policy towards Venezuela has been politically schizophrenic. When Trump came to power, Maduro was in the ropes. He was on the ropes. The entire world was rejecting him because he was trying to remain in power through stealing an election. Sound familiar? Donald Trump sent his special envoy, Rick Grenell, to negotiate with Maduro, legitimizing him, treating him like the president of the country, negotiated hostage releases with him, negotiated Chevron operations with him, basically strengthened Maduro. The people in Miami, where there's a lot of Venezuelan Americans and Nicaraguan Americans and Cuban Americans who do get about policy towards Venezuela, were rather pissed off. And I am sure the 3 Cuban American congresspeople from Miami have been screaming bloody murder at the White House because they are getting a lot of flack in my city for the way that Donald Trump has been conducting policy towards Venezuela. So I think a lot of this is performative. I think a lot of this is, one, you distract.
And Navarro is trying to describe foreign policy as schizophrenic now. Why do people on the news not know you're not supposed to use mental disorders or mental health and stuff like that as a description for stuff going on in the government? How do you not know that? The inconsistency she's talking about does not mean schizophrenia. It's not unpredictable. I guess it could be unpredictable, but it's not unpredictable like she's talking about. What are you talking about? People that are listening and watching, and if they're learning from this news, they're learning the wrong thing. And maybe they're not watching this video right now, and they're thinking that these people are right when they say these words that are completely wrong. But here's the takeaway. Misuses that use schizophrenic might seem harmless, but it has real consequences. It spreads misinformation and makes schizophrenia more stigmatized every time this happens. If we want to change the way the society sees schizophrenia, we have to start with how we talk about it and hold the media accountable for what they say and how they misuse language. Okay, that's all I have for today. Let me know what you thought of these clips in the comments, and give me a like, a subscribe, a share, anything you can do to help. Thank you so much for watching if you made it this far. Bye, guys.